What if World War III actually happened tomorrow? It's the question everyone secretly dreads but can't help asking. Let's imagine it together. Not because we want it, but because understanding it might help us avoid it. It starts with something small: a border clash, a downed plane, an attack blamed on the wrong people. History has taught us that world wars rarely begin with grand declarations, but with tense misunderstandings, botched diplomacy, and a fatal chain reaction of alliances. Within hours of the spark, leaders call emergency meetings. Threats fly, troops mobilize, satellites pick up massive deployments. Social media explodes with rumors and propaganda. The first strikes could come as warnings: missile salvos at military bases, naval battles over contested waters, cyber attacks that cripple communications and power grids. Cyber warfare would be the first real front. Entire cities plunged into darkness. Stock markets freeze. Hospital systems fail. Panic buying empties shelves as rumors of sabotage spread. People wake to find their banking apps offline, their phones buzzing with conflicting government alerts. Anonymous hacker groups pick sides or sow chaos for fun. No one knows what's real. Even in countries far from the front lines, chaos erupts. Meanwhile, the shooting starts. In Europe, NATO scrambles jets and deploys armor to the east. Russia responds with its own convoys pushing toward key cities. In Asia, tensions over Taiwan or disputed islands ignite naval clashes between the US, China, and regional powers. Fleets maneuver in the South China Sea, launching missiles that leave flaming wreckage in their wake. Drones buzz overhead, some controlled by soldiers thousands of miles away, others guided by AI systems that choose targets with chilling precision. Civilians stream out of cities. Highways jam with families trying to flee bombing raids or expected invasions. Makeshift camps spring up on borders. News networks show heartbreaking footage of crying children and bombed-out neighborhoods. Aid organizations plead for ceasefires that never come. Food prices skyrocket. Countries hoard supplies. In many places, martial law is declared. But this is World War III. That means escalation. Soon, tactical nuclear weapons come onto the table. Military planners argue that small nukes might force a quick end. They're wrong. The first detonation sends shockwaves through every capital. Sirens wail. Diplomats scramble for last-minute calls, but trust is gone. Other nuclear states prepare their arsenals. Within days, maybe even hours, the genie is out of the bottle. Cities burn in nuclear fireballs. Millions die instantly. Those further away face lethal fallout drifting on the wind. Power plants shut down. Water systems are contaminated. Emergency broadcasts tell people to shelter in basements or subway tunnels. But supplies run out quickly. Fires rage uncontrollably. The glow of mushroom clouds lights the night sky like artificial suns. Those who survive the initial blasts face a world transformed. Soot from burning cities rises into the atmosphere, blocking sunlight. A nuclear winter begins. Global temperatures drop by several degrees. Crops fail worldwide. Famine spreads faster than aid can arrive. Livestock die. Fishing fleets rust in port because ports themselves are radioactive craters. Billions now face starvation. Governments fragment. Some regions become isolated fiefdoms under warlords or surviving military units. Others try to maintain order, but collapse under refugee floods and lack of resources. Democratic institutions crumble. Propaganda rules the airwaves. Desperate people fight over dwindling supplies. Lawlessness becomes normal. Medical systems are overwhelmed or gone entirely. Radiation sickness kills many who thought they were safe. Cancer rates skyrocket. Babies are born with severe defects. Psychological trauma is universal. Generations growing up knowing only war, hunger, and fear. Entire cultures could vanish as cities are wiped from the map and history's lost. Meanwhile, the environment suffers in ways we can barely predict. The ozone layer, already damaged by human activity, is shredded further by nuclear explosions. Dangerous UV levels cook what crops remain. Acid rain poisons water supplies. Species go extinct at unprecedented rates. Forests burn and don't regrow. And even if large-scale nuclear exchanges stop, the war might not. Insurgencies spring up in the ruins. Extremist groups recruit the desperate. New local conflicts flare over freshwater sources, farmland, or abandoned stockpiles of weapons. Many of those weapons were never properly secured as governments fell. Small nuclear devices, chemical weapons, and drone fleets could end up in the hands of militias or cartels. International organizations would be powerless or non-existent. The UN headquarters might be a crater. Diplomacy would be whispers among survivors, trying to salvage something from the wreckage. Treaties would mean little without governments to enforce them. And the worst part? Climate change wouldn't pause during the war. In fact, it might accelerate. Fires and destruction pump CO2 into the atmosphere. Environmental regulations vanish in the scramble to survive. Sea levels keep rising. Heat waves, droughts, hurricanes. They'd keep coming, but no one would be able to respond or rebuild. In the best-case scenario, a few enclaves of humanity survive. Living in underground bunkers or remote regions spared the worst. They might rebuild over centuries, telling hushed stories of the time humanity almost ended itself. In the worst case, Earth becomes uninhabitable to humans altogether, leaving only cockroaches and bacteria to inherit our world. So, what if World War III actually happened tomorrow? It wouldn't be like the past world wars. It would be the last world war. And it's worth thinking about, not to paralyze ourselves with fear, but to remember exactly why it's so important to prevent it. Because the only real way to win World War III is to make sure it never happens at all.